Sex.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Bailey, you are not in the shot.
Sorry, dude.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are here to speak with a very special guest here.
John Hardy, the drummer for Autumn Lies Buried.
Fantastic band. If you haven't checked them out. Check them out. They are fantastic. We'll be talking with them about all kinds of shit.
Him, not them.
I said him.
You said them.
Did I say them?
Pretty sure.
I'm so tired. We're going to be speaking with him about their music, one of their newest releases, Illusion of the New World Kings. Fantastic record if you haven't checked it out. Go ahead, my man, and ask to join, and we'll get you in, and we'll get rocking. Get rocking. Do people say that? Rocking or robbing? Like the fucking 60s?
You just opened that beer. Don't you take it away? Yum, 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 yum.
Chef Boyardee. What's your favorite Chef Boyardee?
I don't know, dude. The lasagna one's pretty good.
Yeah, the ravioli is pretty banger, too.
There he is. There we go.
Well, shit.
That is a jar of paint, sir.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Hey, we were just talking before we got you on. What is the best Chef Boyardee? Help settle the argument.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, it's one that I can't find anymore. Chili Mac.
Shit, I didn't even think I never even heard of that shit.
They made it a long, long time ago, and back when all I did was stay stoned, shit, that was the best thing to get.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've had chili mac one time, and it was pretty ballin'.
Yeah, I'm a big ravioli guy. Like, it's hard to fuck up ravioli.
I don't know, dude. Chef Boyardee's pretty fucking nasty.
It's like the hot pockets of Italian food. How have you been, man? You been keeping safe and staying warm and all that good shit?
Man, doing the best that I possibly can. Hell, between work and construction, and then playing music late at night up north. It's been hard to stay warm, but we've been doing it.
For sure. Where are you guys based at?
Clarksville, Tennessee, mostly. We got some guys that come from out east Tennessee, but hopefully maybe that'll be coming to an end, and they'll be moving up this way soon, and we'll all be pretty much Clarksville, Nashville based.
Nice.
Sex.
That's nice, too.
Go ahead, man. I know John. Go ahead.
Take it away.
Go ahead. I know John.
All right, man. Well, I do want to ask, I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. I, previous to about 2 or 3 weeks ago, had not heard of Autumn Lies Buried. Checked you guys out, and I am a fan. I will admit that to you, absolutely. And fantastic music. How would you describe your band to someone who, like me, prior to about a couple weeks ago, had never checked out Autumn Lies Buried before?
Well, I guess from a standpoint of a long time ago, maybe right around when the Delusions of the New World Kings came out, somebody compared our band. They were like, "Oh, I didn't know we were having a Whitechapel cover band." So that's the kind of way we jokingly describe ourselves. But we're pretty Southern metal influenced. Everybody's from, down south, stretching from Texas all the way to East Tennessee and back. So we're a pretty well-rounded band and got a real Southern kick to it, but not none of we're not Pantera worthy. But
That's not even disrespectful to you guys. It's just you guys are far. Because I've actually had the pleasure of playing with you and your band and everything, and it's definitely. It doesn't give me that Pantera vibe. It definitely doesn't give me a Whitechapel vibe. But it's just it's in a way your guys' feel is different, unique.
I like to think so. We try not to fall into that rut that metal tends to fall into sometimes. We all hit that slump in the writing process and where everything kind of sounds the same, but we try to mix it up, and I think we do a pretty good job at it. And so far, everybody seems to be liking it, especially here lately, and we're loving it.
No, I will say I'm going to go ahead and plug it just because.
Go ahead.
Fuck it, I can. Because this is our fucking podcast, and I like John. But that new single you guys are putting out, I've listened to a snippet of it, man, and I'm excited. The chug mixed with Kaylin's vocals, mixed with the guitar, it makes my dick hard, and I want to listen to the whole song. So,
well, that's probably the best compliment I've had so far.
I have pre-saved the single to my Spotify. So anybody listening, if you have not pre-saved the single, the new single that Autumn Buried has
Smash
come
that
out,
pre-save button.
yeah,
Do it.
yeah, do it. If you don't, your dog's gonna die. It's a good.
But no,
It sounds like a really good. Have you heard it?
I have, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I was gonna smack the fuck out of it.
that single, I can't give away too many details of it yet because we're just a few weeks shy of releasing it. And I'm so happy because all of us in the band, all 6 of us, have worked extremely hard to get this out, dealing with COVID, dealing with scheduling issues because of COVID, because of work. And I mean, we have been put through the ringer trying to get this out, and we're all super proud of it. And we are very excited to share it with the rest of the metal community and anybody else that will want to listen to it, because it is just something we've poured a lot into it, and we're very, very excited to release it.
Well, man, it sounds good, man. Like, it's produced very well. Like, for a local band, that's one of the best produced songs. I don't know who did it. I don't know if it was one of you guys or if somebody had their hand in it or not.
His name is Thomas Rodriguez, and he is the drummer for Divisive.
Damn,
And
fucking fantastic.
he actually won a Nail the Mix in 2021, I think, 2020 or 2021. And he is one hell of an engineer, producer, everything. I mean, and he is so helpful with all of his knowledge. You know, if we're having trouble coming up with something, he can look at us and, I mean, direct us in any way we need to go with it. And he really helped put the finishing wrap on all this. And it was great. Great experience working with him. I can't wait to work with him on the next album.
Well, absolutely, man. And I'll say this, man. Like, I don't really consider Autumn Lies Buried a local band anymore. You guys have been through a lot of members. You've been through a lot of shit. You've been through, because I know somewhat of your backstory, and you guys have been through a lot. I don't consider you guys local, but you're like, here's local, here is making it. And you are knocking on the door, my friend. You guys are you guys are there. You've got the sound, you've got the talent, you've got everything else that you need to make it. And you guys are knocking on the door, man. You guys will go somewhere. I promise you that.
Well, I greatly appreciate to hear that. I know the guys in the band are greatly appreciated to hear that as well. And if you could see that in the comments right there, I almost forgot that that drummer's Thomas's studio is Eltrod Studios, based out of Clarksville as well. And anybody wishing to get any kind of music recorded, I strongly suggest him because he is one of the best in the game.
Well, after hearing the little snippet of your new single, man, I'll have to agree with that. It's very exciting, and dude's a talented guy. Obviously, fuck if he's winning that shit. Yeah.
And I do want to ask, we will talk about the music in just a moment, but I do want to circle back, talking about being a local band. What is Autumn Lies Buried's superhero origin story? How did you guys start? Give us kind of the rundown on that.
Well, I can give you so much as to how it started, because I do remember way long ago, I mean a long, long time ago, I was asked to be the first drummer of the original Autumn Lies Buried lineup, and I was asked by Joe Pennington, one of the founding members of ALB. And I was already involved with the band, so I just kind of stayed doing my thing and, you know, politely declined. And as time went on, I noticed they're getting bigger, and I couldn't tell you a lot of what went down with them, but I'd been out of music, been out of the scene for a while, about from 2017 to 2019. Really, I was just out of the scene and kind of putting around, you know, fiddling here and there in music. I finally started up something. Wasn't going the way that I thought it would. And Kane Potter, actually, he'd been keeping in touch with me for a few years. He said, "Hey, bro, I know you're not doing anything right now. I hate to hear that, but would you want to come out and give my band a look?" And he ate at me for about a month. And next thing I know, I come over there. They like me. I love them. And the rest is history. I've been with them since February of 2020. And it's been one hell of a ride since then. But as far as their backstory, a lot of ups and downs. You know, things change, life gets in the way, and members came and went. But through all the fall throughs, we've had a lot of really solid members come together and bring their own touch of what Autumn Lights Buried is. So
I'm laughing at you, John. I'm laughing at the comment that my fiance put in the chat. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, if Mom was on here commenting, I hope she put something like that. That would make me happy as hell.
I do want to ask you, man, because I mean, as far as I know, you're still endorsed with Collision, right? Collision sticks.
Well, sadly, that fell through over some complications with a video that that was recorded. I actually was caught at a weird time. I hadn't heard back. I had a problem getting cameramen to help me film a video. So it took a long time on my end to produce the content that they needed. And, well, the owner for Collision is great, really personable, likable, helpful guy. But he hit me with about a 7-day deadline, and I only had one Collision stick, not one pair, just one stick. And so when I went to record the video, I told him, I was like, hey, I don't have a matching pair. I need to use a matching pair to play. So I tried to sand down logos and stuff like that, but it didn't work out. He told me if I wanted to come back and reopen everything, I just have to get new content. So that might be something looking in the works. I'm also looking into another endorsement right now.
Well, see, that's what I was saying, man. I mean, Collision makes good sticks.
Oh, solid stick. And I mean, personable people to, oh, hell, look at that, small world.
Yeah. I mean, man, I know, like, it could lead to another door opening for you. Maybe these fuckers right here could hit you.
Get some Vic Firth up in here.
Something else.
Pro-Mark,
I don't bother with Vic Firth. I ain't gonna say it, I don't want to. Pro-Mark. That is my baby brand right there. Is Pro-Mark. So I'm all about some Pro-Mark 5Bs, and I've typically really grown to like the Fire Grain just because of their density.
Man, I don't know what it is, but I love a Vic Firth stick, man. To me it just feels good. I know immediately to place my hands, and it just feels nice. I don't know. I mean, you know, but like I said, man, it could lead to another endorsement like Pro-Mark.
I'm open to any doors that really open. I loved being a part of Collision, and I never got to fully make that announcement just because of complications on my end. But they were real helpful, and maybe we can reopen that door and, you know, join forces again, maybe in the near future. But for right now, I just went back to using Pro-Mark, and I'm never unhappy with Pro-Mark. So Pro-Mark, if you hear this, holler at your boy.
I'll tag him.
Yeah,
when we upload this, I'll tag the shit out of him and be like, you know, hey. And I do want to ask, since we're on the topic of drums, you know, we're both drummers, and you're obviously a drummer. What is your superhero origin story? What got you into drums? What got you sitting behind a kid?
Well, I grew up around nothing but guitars. I grew up around Southern rock and blues guitars, and I saw my dad up on stage, and I never really cared about guitar much until my teenage years. But I fell in love with drums. The first metal drummer that I saw was actually Joey Jordison and Vinnie Paul, and those were my two. I would sit in awe in front of the computer screen. You know, back when YouTube was still kind of fresh and new and all that. The old AOL sessions that Slipknot used to host on that and everything. So like, I used to watch that, and then I got real acquainted with like Chris Finn from Slipknot, one of the custom percussionists. And so I'd wear this mask when I was a little kid, and I'd beat on like anything that I could set up in front of me, you know, jamming like their self-titled EP and Disaster Piece, Iowa, everything like that. But my dad actually saw me jamming drums on a Casio keyboard. And I sat and played some blues songs with him on it, and he was like, man, that sounded good. I was just like, yeah, I wish I had a real kid. Well, when I was like 12 years old, he surprised me with a kit over at his buddy's house, an old Ludwig accent kit. And from that day on, man, I used to just play like as many hours of the day as they would let me. And every single day would be playing, learning songs, and just slowly molding into whatever call this today. And just took off with it. I fell in love with it and just been running with it ever since.
No, for sure. That's something that everybody has, that kind of that story where it's like, it's always the parents, right? Either one of two things. You either piss your parents off. Usually it's you either piss your parents off by playing drums, so they have to buy you a kit or something, or it's they push you along the way. And I'm glad it's the second one.
Well, it was kind of both. It was kind of both because they did not like the choice of music that I started running with. And so, like, you know, they didn't want to hear that all the time. And considering my practice house was a house that was like 200 years old and had no insulation and nothing in it, so the whole neighborhood could hear every single beat of every drum. So it was both. I got told to shut the fuck up, and then I got told to, you know, keep going, you're getting better. So my son's beating on the door.
my mother, she's a Christian, so she hates the style of music. She never wanted to, like, she bought me a drum kit, but it was like, play Amazing Grace. Like, no,
Right.
no.
And kind of on that topic too, you know, where we all live, Tennessee, regardless of what part of the state for the most part, it's a lot of either straight Southern rock or gospel or whatever else. And I feel like everybody knows the answer to this question because we've all been through it, but I got to ask, has it been hard for you as a metal drummer to kind of transition through that? Because people, you're smiling. I know the answer is yes. People come and go, and there's different things going on. So what's your take on it?
Well, that practice space I told you about was 30 yards away from the front doors of a Baptist church.
Oh, shit.
Red River Baptist Church in Adams. So I always got a lot of stares. Even nowadays, I'll sit in like a little restaurant or cafe in that town, and some old timer would be like telling his granddaughter that's like maybe like a few years younger than me, like, don't stand next to that boy. He's a fucking problem. Like just because I have tattoos and I play metal music. So I've had some people, they're like, yeah, man, I love Skinner. Keep rocking. So that's pretty much the best compliment I could get from the people in that area. So but it's been rough at some points and other points. Back when I used to try to please everybody, it was very hard because I never could please all that. So once I stopped giving a shit, it all got better.
You know what I fucking hate about playing down south, though? Well, like, I don't know how it is. I don't know how it is, like, in Florida or anything like that. But, like, a lot of the shows that Dilation has played, we'll get done with the song, Freebird!
Every time.
Fuck you! I hate that shit, man.
Every time.
Yup. I know exactly what you're going through. The only two songs I've ever been requested, especially from the areas that I grew up in, are Freebird and Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Man.
No, that's fantastic. It's one of those questions that you already kind of know the answer to, but it's just everybody deals with it. It's one of those things that, like, exactly like you said, once you stop giving a shit about what other people think and live your life, it's all for the better. I do want to ask, I do want to skip ahead a little bit in the timeline here. Delusion of the New World Kings is the first record that I checked out. There's a particular song on there I want to ask you guys about, or ask you about what your guys' process was for that. But I do want to ask, how hard was that to kind of get going and producing and mixing and recording during the pandemic?
Well, that song actually, or that whole little album actually came out right before the pandemic started. It came out before I was actually in the band. That was the last drummer's work, Trevor Brown, and so I sadly didn't get to experience it. I started really following them guys around that time, so I would see the video or the pictures that he'd post up about him being in studio, and I'm like, oh, this is probably gonna kick ass. And never did I think I'd be playing that with them one day, and I never thought I'd be a part of that. So sadly, I can't answer that question for you on that album, but I can tell you it's been kind of a pain on this one, dealing with pandemic wise. it's really put a strain on schedules because everybody in the band's had COVID at some point, and usually we always find out we're positive for something or sick of some sort within days of going to record. So we have to put it off for 2 weeks, and then scheduling would have to regroup, and it's been kind of a painful process. Some weeks we would take 10 steps forward and 15 steps back, and other weeks we'd take 10 steps forward and 2 steps back. So it's been a real tug of war process, but it's all come to an end now. Now we're just waiting on release dates.
Fuck yeah, man. I wanted to ask you this too, man, because I know me and you've talked in person, and you've played. You know, I'm not taking nothing away from Autumn Lies Buried, but you have played a lot of, I'll say, technical black metal in a way. So you incorporate some of that playing style into Autumn Lies Buried, which is, it's still, Autumn Lies Buried is its own ordeal. I'll say that. I'm not taking nothing away from you boys. You guys make good, very good music. But how do you incorporate blast beats and double strokes into something that is much slower than black metal?
That's a really good question. I've never been asked that. Well, it's not a matter of how to fit it in. It's a matter of when to put it in.
That's why I should incorporate the question a little bit more. Like, when you guys are writing, what I know from a drummer to drummer, it's a feel thing, but like certain things that you do work really well when you would feel like it just, when it feels good to play it, because I've played some of your all's material just fucking around. I've been in front of you at the show in Clarksville, a little bit of the fucking shit. What song was that? But either way, aside from that, when you're writing new material, where do you think, like, fuck yeah, dude, this is perfect for like 16th notes for like ever. This is I'm not saying that that's how the new single is. I'm not saying that. I've heard the Gallop section is fucking,
yeah.
But like when John Hardy sits down with the boys and you're writing, you're like, fuck yeah, double strokes. Fuck yeah, blast beat. But the music is, I'm not going to say slower. It is slower in a sense because
it's
it does
more beat down type than the other stuff I've been a part of in music. Well, I can tell you that. You can thank Perry Jones for that. Perry and Kane really surprised me when I got into this band, because the way they compose songs, especially at practice when a song first becomes an idea, we all click really well on that, because as I'm listening to the scratch tracks they recorded, we really pick up on, the same idea for what's going where. So that really makes it easy. Man, there's a lot of like, hey, I want here and here. So a lot of that, caveman talk going on in practice. But honestly, Perry would show me scratch tracks that he would download these ridiculously fast, like public domain drum tracks offline just to have something to chug along with. And it'll get to this crazy, ridiculous, like 64th note section on the feed. And the whole time I'm sitting there glaring at him from across the room and just like, and he's like, you don't like it? I was like, I love it. That's the problem. So I just have to keep practicing and drilling until finally get the feet the way it is. But it's just really knowing is, like I said, when is the key, not where. Just knowing when simplicity is the best and when it's time to add that extra, like, spicy flair to it. And all that's based off of, like, old blues techniques and stuff, that sometimes less is more. And more can be too much if you get carried away with it.
So that's my issue, because with Dilation's music, man, I just want to fucking just go.
Well, I mean,
fucking go. And so I get what you're saying, but like I struggle with that one a bunch.
It's something that's hard to learn, because everything else that I've ever been a part of, my first major band was a band called Defying Tyrants. and I took the place of Josh Cope Sr. From that band, and that was a big door opener because it had a lot of really fast parts and stuff that I'd never done before as a drummer, and then it had its breakdowns that I was kind of used to doing at the time. Then I got involved with that band Order Leviathan, which is some other great dudes, and that was an endurance tester because their first EP, The Infernal Path to Total Darkness, when I come into that one, I was just blown away. I was like, wow, I think I've really, stepped into something that I can't fulfill. So I spent like 2-3 weeks, maybe if that long, learning a couple songs, and it was an endurance tester. So I played that kind of stuff for years. And when I came back to doing breakdowns, that was the hardest thing to go back to because my brain could not wrap around like a breakdown. It's so slow. It's so simple. How the hell am I going to write to this? But once I got back in the groove with the guys, man, it just flows naturally now. So it's just a process. It's hard to explain, but it comes out all good in the wash. So
Says, got a comment here. It says, talk about your toe shoes.
Explain.
Explain your toe shoes.
Okay. Thanks, Dakota. I appreciate that. Toe shoes. I don't know if any of y'all have ever heard of a band called Animality or not, but their former drummer before Spencer Moore, his name was Lucas McMillan. He's on Facebook as Zeus Bigelow.
Nice.
And he was like my mentor for a couple years. More so a friendship mentor than anything, but he did teach me a lot and show me a lot. He's the one I learned my bass drum technique that I use today. And the best way I can describe it is like a flat-footed double stroke. And he's the reason I have Axis A21 longboard pedals. He's the reason I use triggers. He's the reason I use that technique. When I met him, he was the best mix of metalhead and hippie, and still is. And when I walked up to him, I was like, hey, man, I play barefooted. What kind of shoes do you wear? Because I've been looking for something to wear because I got tired of my feet slipping. He was like, toe shoes. I said, what? And he said, toe shoes. He said, they breathe, they're thin, they almost feel like nothing's there. So that got me into wearing my toe shoes. But toe shoes, you got to wash them a lot or they start stinking really bad. And me, I use my toe shoes to go kayaking and like anything water related. So I never really washed them, but like maybe twice a year because they're always in the water. They stink, so I don't wear them anymore on stage. I even just got rid of my last pair of stinking ass Nike shoes. And now I even drum with my new Converse, like Chuck Taylor style Converse on. So those have by far been the best.
And I do want to thank everybody for being in the chats and communicating. I appreciate that. We do have a question here. John, good sir, professional question. Who do you like cuddling with the best in a hotel bed when you guys head out for shows? I expect
that's a good one. Honestly, it's probably Marcus. The old hobo himself. The last show, I can't remember which state it was in. I think it was I didn't get to cuddle with nobody on our last endeavor. We slept in the van at a pilot truck stop, but there was one where me and Marcus slept side by side, so it was pretty up close. He doesn't snore too loud, so it's probably him.
Look, you got to do this shit when you're trying to make it, and you guys are clearly showing that toe shoes and sleeping, cuddling work. And we're making joke, but on a serious note, this is the kind of shit you got to do if you want to make it, and that's badass, legitimately.
All right, legit. Oh, sorry, my bad. Legit question here: what drum heads do you prefer, and why? I feel like we have argued this a lot.
I'm mainly an Evans guy. I really like the Evans. What are they called? GC2s, I think is what they are. It's been a minute since I bought some, but I'm really looking to see what Evans has, like with sound dampening technology, because I haven't used that. I use moon gels a lot, but they get lost in transporting drums and stuff. They break, they get nasty looking. So I'm looking into some like Remo and Aquarian. I've never really been a big fan of Aquarian except for my bass drum head. But I'm typically an Evans guy, and I do not care for coated heads, only on a snare. That's just a personal preference, but coated heads look dingy after about 5 shows. And
get the hybrid. I think it's Evans. It's Evans.
frosted. Is that what you're talking about? The frost?
Fuck. No, it looks. I'm trying to remember how it looks. It's like I think it is frosted. Fuck, I don't know. But the hybrid, it sounds super nice.
I might have to give that a shot. I'm actually gonna go, I think, either tonight or tomorrow and pick up some tom heads so I can change them before this video shoot that we have tomorrow. There's another thing that's going on, so be on the lookout. It's actually for the single we are releasing, so I hope nobody gets mad that I said that. But
What,
if you would have been coming, sadly weather has delayed people from getting there, so we're having to make a replay and a redo on the whole schedule for the video. But it's still going to be a badass video. I can't wait to make it.
Hey, John, do you mind?
Here's my boys right there.
Do you mind doing me a quick favor?
Do what?
Do you mind doing me a quick favor?
What?
Will you read the Autumn Lies Buried comment in the chat, please?
John is a chode. And let me tell you, they couldn't be more right.
We have a question here. What is your dream kit? I want specifics.
Oh, wow. Ha Huh. Honestly, my dream kit would be a 6-piece with 2 bass drums, SJC Customs drum kit. I would give anything to have an SJC's or a DW, what's it called? Performance, I think. Performance series. But the business first act.
This is the first show. We've never had the rest of the band like hijack the show. This is fucking awesome. I do.
That's what we do. We steal the show, at least try to.
Well, hey, I do want to ask, since we're talking with the whole band, and we'll read out your guys' explanations as well, your guys' answers as well. John, what can we expect if we have never seen Autumn Lies Buried before, and we trek out to see you guys, of course, weather and COVID permitting, we see you guys live. What can we expect? A good song?
Well, as our vocalist always likes to put it, man, right up front, there's about a 20-foot by 20-foot area, or as close to the stage as you want to get, called the Act and 8 section. So if that explains anything right there, our guitarists are infamous for getting in the crowd with their instruments, moshing while they're playing, making breakdowns as lively as we can. You can expect a lot of energy every show, no matter how shitty one or all of us may be feeling that night. You can always expect the same energy and the same like personal interactions with the crowd as any other show, and I'm very proud to stand behind that on stage.
Oh yeah, I can vouch for them, man. Like I said, I've had the privilege of playing with this fine young man right here, and it's a good time.
Yeah, I need to make it out. I just recently, like fucking September-ish, started following Dilation around. So y'all need to play a show. That way I can come by and see you guys, and I want to buy you a beer. I'm calling her.
I'm always down for beer.
Hell yeah.
Always down for beer. Just got to know when to say when before a show, and that's my problem.
Last time me and this man played together, I bought me a pitcher of beer, and I gave him the pitcher of beer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. And
yeah,
then
no glasses, just pitchers.
Yeah. After we came off stage, I went and got a 6-pack of Budweiser. I was fucking plastered by the time they got done.
Don't forget the tequila. Don't forget the tequila.
I was jumping around while they were playing in a fucking hot dog costume.
Hell yeah.
Because it was a Halloween show.
Gotcha. Did he convince you to do shots too, or was it you that did the convincing?
Kind of a little bit of both. The first time I played with Bailey was at a place. Where was it at? Manchester? At that church?
It was the church, yeah. Was that your first show with those guys? Because I know that was pretty.
It was pretty close to one of the first ones. That was one of the first ones in the COVID stuff where everything was getting canceled. That was one of the first better shows I got to play with them. Every show's been great, but my first show with Autumn Liceberry was on a sidewalk. So started from here, now we're getting up here. So
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, well, I know you guys just got done thing with fucking shit.
I never heard of that band.
No, the name's leaving me. Was it Dying Fetus you guys played with?
Yeah, we played with Dying Fetus, Terror, Vitriol.
Oh, just a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah, fucking pick those names.
Brand of Sacrifice right there. And we also just got done playing a show with Body Snatcher not too long ago. Yeah, it's been one hell of an active year, and some big names that we've all got to put under our belts, and it was great. I mean, one of the best experiences I could ever ask for. I honestly didn't know that I got to meet one of my major influences in drumming at the Dying Fetus show. He was filling in for the drummer for Vitriol, and it was Chasen Westmoreland.
Fucking hell.
My buddy Lucas, the one that I learned all these techniques from and stuff, he, hang on, let me turn on the light. There we go. But,
fucking.
What?
He was tickling my goddamn feet, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've got my fucking foot up here all crossed and shit, and he's tickling it, and while you turn on your light, fucking.
I don't think that happened, but please go on.
You want to make out real quick?
I mean, sure. Please go on.
Have at it. But no, Lucas actually showed me. He said, "Hey, man, this is Chasen," and I was a little under the weather. My head was stopped up. I thought he said Jason, so I paid no attention to it at all. Well, we actually forgot my floor tom for the show, so I was frantic, running around like, "Hey, we've messed up. I left my floor tom." He was like, "Here, bro, use mine." I'm like, "That's weird for just some random guy to say and have it right at this point in time." It did not hit me until I left the venue. I'd hung out with this guy, talked with him, spent time with an idol of mine. And on the way home, I slapped my dashboard and was like, "Son of a bitch, Chasen." I was like, "God damn, I can't believe I didn't get a picture. I didn't talk with him about nothing I always said I was going to talk with him about." But I got to meet him. I got to share the stage with him, and that is enough right there for me to call it a 100% successful meet and greet. So
absolutely, man.
I gotta ask.
I'm not going to tag him in this when this video is uploaded. I will.
I saw in the chat. Did you guys fucking play with? Did you guys play with Brand of Sacrifice?
Yes, we did. Right there, son.
Dude, I fucking love Brand. I was reading the chat as we were discussing it, and I saw Brand of Sacrifice go up, and I just like, oh shit! I nudged him like, I want to ask about Brand of Sacrifice. Like, I love that band, dude. That's fucking awesome.
So look, man, I don't want to take nothing away from you, John. I don't want to take nothing away from you at all. This interview is 100% about you. But are you okay with the band hopping in for like a couple minutes?
Fuck no.
Come on, request.
No, they can jump on. If they want to jump on, I'd be more than happy to have them on.
If you guys want to request to join, we'll talk to you guys real quick. What the fuck did you do?
I hit the wrong button. Yeah, no, if you want to get in, no pressure. Feel free to get in. We got around 10-ish minutes still left. So if you guys want to hop in, feel free. We'll make this shit happen. But I do want to ask, and hopefully we can ask a couple more band members as well if this works. Here we go. We're getting one right now, and I'll ask you guys in just a moment. Ask everybody as we wait for the connection to
work. What hotel room are you in, John?
What the fuck is up? This is my bedroom, my hotel lookalike bedroom right here. I like things to match. I can't help it.
How's it going, man?
No. Oh, no, Dakota. Put down the guitar.
Oh, dude, no. No. Perry!
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Oh, shit. Perry, your East Tennessee is showing.
Hey, you shut the fuck up.
God damn it, that sucks.
Well, hey, I'll ask you guys a question. I'll ask you guys all a big question. Depending on how long the answer is, we may be our last question, but hopefully not. We'll squeeze in another. Going around here, what can we expect out of Autumn Lies Buried as I fix the camera? What can we expect out of Autumn Lies Buried in the year 2022? We just started it. We had a reference to a potential music video drop. We got, the single tease. We got this information coming. What can we expect in this year?
I'm trying to
Every
make sure.
band says it. Big things.
Big thing coming soon. A whole lot of naked.
Good.
A whole lot of naked.
Yeah,
Are you
you
naked?
saw the calendar. You saw the calendar shoot.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of that going on. So
Big buff fat dudes.
We'll get you.
More riding.
Yeah. A lot more riding. We've got
We're still we still got shit that we're not releasing on this album, but
Yeah.
It's been a while since we released some due to lineup changes and shit. So it's time to get some stuff out. So we've got these songs that we're releasing. We're re-releasing a couple of songs, and then bigger shows, more like out of state shows. Hopefully,
maybe some
know,
festivals, maybe some summer
damn
festivals.
fucking festival. Fuck, plus festivals would be nice.
yeah.
And we'll get you in just a second, brother. I think we can only have 4 screens at a time.
So I do want to ask then, ballpark me, fellas. I know we can't ask, give me the exact date and time and nanosecond you'll be releasing new music, but do you have a season? Are we expecting still while it's cold outside? Are we expecting while it's hot outside? Or what's a rough estimate, if we can give one?
I would say roughly in 2022 is a good.
We've got a couple of singles planned. Like we've got a single releasing January 28th. We have another one releasing. We're not letting that date go just yet, I don't think. And then we plan on letting the EP go not too soon after that. But we've got a couple dates planned back to back to back leading up to the EP. And like Perry had said, we're all still writing, still working towards a possible full length, maybe. We don't know yet. So, yeah, that's just kind of the flow we're going with right now, is just planning stuff out back to back with scheduling and stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything. We haven't even set a date yet.
Mm-mm.
Before kids hit on fucking summer break, let's say it should be out.
Yeah.
But it happens, just like this weekend we planned for a fucking music video and this shit snowstorm.
Old man Winter kind of laid his nuts out on the table and trapped a lot of people at home.
Yeah, I think like we got like the worst of it. It's like 7 inches, I believe.
Yeah,
More than she's ever had.
Get more snow than I've got. That's amazing, fellas.
There you go.
Also, is Kane still in here? I'll hop out so he can get on. Kane, are you still in? Kane.
Kane.
Survey says. And
What about the hobo? Is hobo still in here?
I don't know. It's funny to see these little cum chocolate parts at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's like somebody just jacked off a heart shot out of their dick. It's like, I don't know what's happening down here at the bottom right hand.
Oh,
shit,
Marcus. Request to join, you dildo. All right. Thanks for having me. Peace out.
Be good.
Be good, man. Thanks for being on.
I'll have to do it again sometime. I'll have to do it with each one of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, where's Kane at? Maybe you can make somebody trying to join a while ago.
Let me take. Yeah, go ahead. First one to join. We'll get you guys in for a couple of minutes.
Oh, yeah, I don't think
Let's
he's
see.
anymore, unless
He said he's been post blocked.
what?
Yeah, Kane said he got post blocked. I don't know what that happens to us a lot because we say some really fucked up shit. I guess.
Let's see about
I don't know.
Marcus.
Saying we're gonna fuck each other in the ass, I don't think that's really that bad.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Instagram has weird fucking guidelines, so that sucks. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Who is it?
yeah.
Who is it?
Didn't catch
Hey,
Oh God!
Oh, what's
The
up?
ugliest motherfucker. Oh shit! Now look at that. All them 12 followers fucking left. Thanks, Marcus.
You're welcome. That's what I do.
Only
I'm
like
here to destroy ALB.
only like 7
No.
hours left. Not too big a deal. But hey, I do want to,
Yeah.
now that we got a different Brady Bunch kind of display going on here, I do want to ask, are you, each of you individually, are you thinking that the new record, and this will probably be our last question, gentlemen, will be the best thing that Autumn Lies Buried has released thus far?
Thus far, I'm pretty confident saying it might not be the best. We have our best on both, but it's definitely a new, evolved, harder hitting album than the last one, in my opinion.
I guess best could be subjective, I guess, because like everybody probably doesn't like the same exact song. Just like that last album, everybody loves fucking Brothel.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hate on it, but fuck around and find out I like it better. So these newer songs, I think they're more progression. Just we're getting better together.
This new material.
So it's like,
We played some of this new material live and got just as good, if not a better reaction, with some of the new songs as we have to our, really popular songs off our last album. So
I think what makes progress keep going, and maybe it'll stop with not the progress will stop, but like us switching members, that's fine. It's getting annoying, but like Delusions was not this lineup. So this next album is this lineup, and then the next album after that will be even more influences brought in by Dakota and Marcus there. So, I mean, in my opinion, it's only going to get better, or they'll get fired.
Yeah. I want to be a 3 Days Grace cover band, God damn it.
we can do that.
I hate that. You know what? I hate everything about you.
Well, I do want to ask, I lied. We got one absolute final question.
Two. I have one too.
Okay, 2 final questions, 1 apiece. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go the fuck on.
All right, I'll go the fuck on. Do we have any upcoming shows that we want to plug? Yeah.
January 28th. Well, that's when the single's going to be out. But we're playing with Enox, badass band from I think Atlanta area, or down that area, and Faust, Divisive, and Hard Reset. It's a pretty fucking heavy lineup.
Yeah, for sure. So when do you guys plan on coming back to good old East Tennessee and jamming?
Whenever fucking Tarvo has us, we're coming back to that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
I love seeing people get their shit broke.
Dude, yeah, it was actually, we played a show at the Hideaway back in August, and it was supposed to be my first show, but I had to fucking leave because my buddy broke his goddamn arm like second song in.
Shit.
Fucking,
For the first day.
Yeah, I remember that. Snapped it completely in fucking two spots, didn't he?
yeah,
Paradox.
he just got surgery today. It's fucking weird. It just did not heal right.
Oh shit.
Oh man. Well,
Well, he threw down hard for the bands before us. I know he would have thrown down hard for us. So you're
No,
That's right.
we'll be announcing some more. We're just waiting for finalization on those. But the biggest thing is focusing on this EP since we haven't had one. We're going to do it right this time. Not saying the other time's been wrong, but like we're being one of those bands to be like, we got a single. Okay, throw it up on the internet. Not just like, hey, it's coming out on this day and like build an anticipation for it. So,
and thank you to everybody who is pre-saved and who has shown support and love for our music, our craft. There's so much stress and so much damn blood, sweat, and tears to go into this shit. So all the pre-saves, all the love, really appreciated. So thank you to everybody out there that has helped us further this track a little bit more. We really appreciate it.
To hear the whole thing in its entirety, man, it sounds really nice, fellas.
Crispy.
Yeah, you did a great job on it.
Well, when this comes out, all I can leave is your imagination to fantasize about the new EP. But I don't think anybody's gonna be disappointed, and if you are, please don't tell me.
Well, hey,
No, tell us we suck. I want to hear it.
Well, hey, boys, we appreciate you guys getting on and spending the time with us to talk about your upcoming music. I want to see you guys with Dilation because I follow this fucking band around everywhere because of the show and because we're boys. I would love to see you guys together. I already told John that I was going to buy him a beer. I will get everybody a beer. Fuck it. We're doing it. Hold me
Fuck
to
yeah.
it. It's on camera. And we'll tear it up. But boys, thank you guys so much for being on. Check out Autumn Lies Buried on Spotify, wherever you guys get your music. Jam this shit. Look forward to their new music. Look up tour dates for these guys to see them.
Pre-save the fucking single.
Do it. And if you don't, fuck you.
Look at it. I'll even add it in the comments just to make it easy.
Do
There
it,
we-
Barry.
Look,
Pre-save it,
look at
goddamn
me
it.
go. Maybe,
Hey, John,
maybe not.
I appreciate having you on, John. We'll have to do this again in the near future. Maybe after 2022 winds down to start 2023. Bring you back on and see how your 2022 went. Thank the band for coming out, Perry, Marcus, Dakota. And I hope you guys have a fucking great year. You kill that shit and keep doing what you're doing, man. It's fucking awesome.
Thank you guys.
So thank you for having me on, man. I truly appreciate it. And from one homie to another, from the drummer to two other drummers, I love y'all. Y'all keep chugging at it, and thanks for having me on. I look forward to the next time.
Love you too, brother. You be
Love you,
safe
bro.
out there. Perry, be safe. Marcus, be safe. Dakota, be safe. Kalen, be safe.
Be safe.
Fucking, who am I missing? Kane, be safe.
Be safe.
Fuck Kane.
Love you guys.
God damn it.
You got-
All right, peace.
John, before you leave, John,
Yeah.
thank you for coming on, brother. Thank you for coming on.
Man, no problem. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
I would love to play a show with you again, bro. I miss your face. I want to see you soon. Be safe. Have a great fucking year if I don't get to see you this year. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. You're doing fucking fantastic.
Hopefully I'll get to meet you this year.
It means a lot, man. It means a whole lot, and I can't wait till I see you guys. And I'm looking forward to that beer.
Hey,
Absolutely.
hey, next, if we do get to meet each other, if we get to play a show together, that'd be fucking cool. If we don't, some point in time, we're gonna have a sit down in person, drink beer, and do this in person.
Yes.
That would.
That
be
sounds great, man. That sounds absolutely great. Just let me know when.
all right, brother.
We'll set it up.
Again, have a good fucking year. I hope I get to see you, and I love you so much.
Be safe, man.
Love you too, man. Be safe. Stay warm.
Yes, sir. Be
See
good,
ya.
bro.
Thank you guys.
Sex.
Thank you.
Fucking sex. Yes.